Okay, hi guys, first and second graders. It is Thursday, April 2nd, 2020. We're doing science for first and second grade. Yesterday we started lesson 1.5. We are doing properties of materials. Thanks for the thumbs up, Aiden. Properties of materials, lesson 1.5. Yesterday, we went over the properties of mixtures, and we discussed the different properties between the different glues. There were different properties because they had different ingredients. Does everyone take out your vocabulary words? Everyone take out your vocabulary words. We had properties. In our properties, we discovered, we tested, and we observed that our ingredients and our mixtures.
Miss Klein.
Who is that?
Emily.
Hi.
Miss Klein.
Yes.
I was gonna ask that I don't have my vocabulary words.
Okay, here they are. You're going to write them down. Get a blank piece of paper and your pencil, and you're going to write these words down. I'm going to put them in the chat again. I'll put them in the chat again. I also sent an email yesterday with all the homework and the words.
Miss Klein. Miss Klein.
Yes?
Could I see them again? Because I didn't write them.
Well, you don't have time. Guys, you don't have time to write them now. I will send them to you after the lesson is over. I'll write them out for you and send them, okay? If you want to see them in the chat, properties, observe, test, ingredients. What's an ingredient?
I think I have that here.
You need to turn off your microphone. Yes.
I don't have the material for this page. Baking flour or
It's okay.
this.
It's okay. I'm going to do it for you. You don't need to do it. You'll just watch me do it. So vocabulary words are properties, observe, test, ingredients, mixture, evidence, substance, design goal. We are going to design our own glue. We are going to mix different mixtures, different ingredients, and we're going to do a test and observe and predict. Mixture, evidence, substance, design goal, record, cause, effect, predict. So those are your vocabulary words. They're in the chat. Vocabulary words. So I want you to get used to using these words. You're going to use these words because you guys are going to be engineers. You're going to design a product that's going to fix a problem. We are going to be glue engineers because we are going to come up with a glue that's going to solve a problem that we have at school. We need a certain type of glue. Okay, so as we know, and we tested the other day, we tested our glue. We tested Elmer's glue, we tested Gorilla Glue, and we wanted to see what were the different properties, what were the different mixtures, what were the different ingredients. And we wrote down what was the same and what was different about these two glues, and did they work? Did they fulfill our goal? We were gluing a bean onto a paper. So we tested, we predicted, we recorded, we observed, and then our actual answer came out that both of the glues stuck the bean on the paper. They both worked. So we are going to design a glue to help Mrs. E with the props for the play. And she needs a glue that's going to hold together the clothing, the costumes for the play. So, what are our goals? Our goals for designing the glue is we don't want it to have a smell. We don't want it to be sticky when it dries. We want it to dry clear. We don't want to see the glue all over the clothing after it dries. We want it to dry clear. And we don't want to see it. We don't want to smell it. We're obviously not tasting. Remember, no tasting during these experiments. You know, I think it's okay if we touch it, if we can feel it, because no one else is going to be touching your costume, just you. And those are going to be some of our goals. So, let's turn. Remember page 10, where we were looking at the different substances of the glues and the evidence and the properties of the glue. The properties were different color, different substance, different ingredients, and the evidence was they were different, but they both held the bean on the paper. And I think I have that here. I still have it. It's still stuck on. The clear Elmer's glue, it is still stuck on, nothing's fallen off. And our foam glue and our Gorilla Glue, nothing's fallen off. You see the bean is still on there? This is Elmer's, this is foam glue and Gorilla Glue. Nothing's fallen off, nothing's fallen off, okay? So these glues worked. Today, for homework you did page 11, some properties of a popsicle. I saw Rebecca's picture. She sent it to me, the page with the picture of a popsicle stick. She drew a popsicle stick. Good job. Properties of the popsicle we went over yesterday. Ice, the flavored syrup. So we are going to be engineers. We're going to design goals. We are going to observe, gather information, possible solutions, design the, analyze information, testing, ingredients, combine. We're going to make a mixture. We're going to have different properties in our different mixtures. They're going to have different ingredients. What's an ingredient? When you're baking cookies, one of your ingredients is eggs. Another ingredient is chocolate chips. Those are your ingredients. And then you stir it up and you make a mixture. That mixture is called your batter. You observe it, you see it. It smells really good. You can smell it. Remember how you smell like a scientist? You would like to taste it, but you're not going to taste them until they're cooked, right? You can make different chocolate chip cookies. You can make oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. Then your ingredients and your substance and your mixture and your ingredients, everything changes, but it's still going to come out as a delicious cookie. So, this is all along the lines of our science. So this is what you're going to plan. This is what we're going to do. We're going to plan and conduct investigations. Turn to page 12. 12. Turn to page 12. And we're going to be observing our dry ingredients, okay? If you don't have the ingredients, I will show you my ingredients. I am using I have salt. I put some salt in this cup, okay? So, now page 12, number 1, it says, we are going to record our observations of these dry ingredients. So, first, we are going to just observe the dry ingredients by themselves, and we'll figure out which ingredients we might want to use for our glue. So we're going to observe salt. What? On page 12, observations of dry ingredient. Observing salt. Okay? First box on page 12. Page 12, science notebook. The first thing is salt. Okay, what are we going to write about our salt? Observations of our dry ingredients. Remember we did this in class a little bit? Salt. What are we going to write? It's white. So it's white. It's hard. Someone said hard.
It's dry.
Yes.
What is the thing what you put in the cup? Like it was like what? Why?
Yes, salt. It's white. It's hard. Let me smell it like a scientist. I don't smell anything, so no smell. My eyes see white. It's in little, tiny little pieces, little granules. It's very small. Small pieces. Those, I'm not going to taste it, but we know it tastes salty. It doesn't make any noise, no noise. So, we're observing salt. Okay? Next, we're observing I'm going to put it in the chat. I'll type it in the chat, okay? All right, so this is salt. Oh, I think I tasted a little salt on my finger. White, hard, tiny pieces. Okay. So, salt is, oh, Rebecca loves signs. You're so cute. Okay, so salt is white. It is white. It is hard. And it is in tiny pieces. So that's first box under salt on page 12. The next ingredient is baking soda. Okay, let's look at the baking soda. Next ingredient, baking soda. I pour some into this cup. Here is my baking soda. Baking soda. B-A-K-I-N-G. Second word is S-O-D-A. Baking soda. So it also is white. No smell. But it is Oh, it's making noise when I mix it. It's kind of, if I touch it, I think that might be my finger making noise. But listen, when I pick it up, rub it together, it's, no, I don't, not really a smell.
Did you guys have to use all of the baking soda?
What?
Did you guys have to use all of the baking soda?
Did I use all of the baking soda? No. The baking soda is white and it is a scratchy. What's the problem, Eugene? Hi. So, baking soda is white and it's a scratchy powder. It's a scratchy powder. When I rubbed it together with my fingers, it was a little scratchy, it was not soft. So baking soda is white and it's a scratchy powder. Next we have flour. Next I have flour. Yes. Next I have flour.
Oh, you're making slime.
Flour is also white. Flour is how you spell flour, and it is also white. And now this one, oh, this is nice and soft. This is soft and fluffy. Flour. Oh, I like it. Yes. Yes.
What are you making?
What we're gonna design something. So we're gonna design something. We're gonna try to make a glue. So what's going on with my computer? Yes.
This slime. Do we copy what you're making?
No, you don't have to. You just watch what I'm doing. Okay. Flour is flour. I can sell it from here. You can smell it from here. Flour is white, soft, and fluffy. You're funny, Aiden. You can smell it from here. You can touch it. Flour is white, soft, and fluffy. So in the next box next to the word flour, you're adding white, soft, and fluffy. It's in the chat box. Okay. That was flour. Nice, white, and soft, and fluffy. You do a lot of baking with flour.
Are you making like slime?
No. No, I am not. Okay, the next ingredient says cornstarch.
Emily, slime is with glue. If you're making slime, you have to use glue.
Yes, slime is a substance plus glue. So those are your ingredients for slime. It's a slime substance, and then you add glue to it. Those are the ingredients, and those are the substances. Our next ingredient is cornstarch. Cornstarch. I do not have cornstarch, so I'm going to just tell you that this is what your science book says. It says it's bright, white, soft, and it's a squeaky. I don't know how it's squeaky, but it says squeaky powder. Okay, that's cornstarch. I brought in sugar. I brought in sugar instead of cornstarch because I didn't have cornstarch. I don't have cornstarch, so I took out some sugar. Sugar's kind of squeaky. Oh, look. Can you hear that?
Yes.
Sugar is squeaky. Wow.
Yes.
Yes, sugar is squeaky. All right, so I replaced the cornstarch with sugar. So it's white and it's soft and squeaky. Okay, so that's your first activity. Making and observing mixtures. Yes.
Can you help me baking soda?
Do you see the chat, Tanisha? It's all written out in the chat.
No.
Okay, go to the middle of your screen, and that bar next to where you open your microphone, click on the blue button to the right of the microphone.
Yeah, but it's not showing blue.
It is,
Which one, teacher? It's good.
yes.
Share?
It is, you see the camera, then you see the microphone, then you see the share box, then you see the 3 dots. The next button is the chat button, conversation button. Click on that and your conversation will show up on the right side of your screen. So,
I already know that. I already know.
no, I'm telling Tanisha. So,
Asshole. Ass. Either that,
okay, so let's continue on. That was activity 1. Review. Okay, so on page 12, now we're going to wet the mixtures. We're going to add water to the mixtures. Are you ready for water? I try to keep up with me. If not, I'll have to start it tomorrow. Okay, so let's go to Thursday. Tanisha, maybe you can ask someone afterwards to help you with that. I have to move on, I can't go back. Okay, page 12. Now we're going to add, we just did part 1. You recorded your observations in the table. Let's go to part 2. Part 2 on page 12. We're going to add water to the mixtures and to see how it changes the mixture. Part 2, page 12. Activity 2. So, we're going to mix
Miss Klein.
1 teaspoon. Yes, we're going to mix 1 teaspoon of water with each ingredient to see how it changes. So we're going to observe the dry ingredient. Observing means using my senses to gather information about something. So as I observe my ingredient, I will focus on what it looks like, feels like, sounds like, and smells like. You're going to use your senses, 5 senses. Should I touch my ingredient directly? No, we're going to use a spoon. Are we going to taste the ingredient? No, we are not going to taste our ingredients. You should never taste anything in science class unless the teacher tells you it is okay to do so. We are going to record our observations to the ingredient on the ingredient table on page 12. You're going to write things like it looks like, it sounds like, it smells like, it feels like. You are going to, if you don't have the ingredients and water at home to do it, then you'll just watch me do it. If you want to gather the ingredients and water, we can do it all together tomorrow. If you want to gather all your ingredients up and water, but you have to just be safe at home when you're doing it. No tasting. Smell it like a scientist. Look at it with your eyes. If we were doing something really dangerous, you would have to wear goggles, safety goggles. You're going to smell it like a scientist. You're not going to taste it. It's not going to harm you, but it's not going to taste good. The sugar one, actually. Sugar and water probably would taste good. And you're going to listen if it makes any noise. We're going to use our senses. And you're not going to touch it with your hands, even though these ingredients are very safe. You use them to cook with, so it's not going to hurt your hands if you touch it with your hands. It's just going to make a mess. But you can touch it with your hands. So this is a very safe experiment. But if you were using chemicals in a lab, you would be very, very careful with all the safety goggles and gloves and everything. So I think what I want to do is, science is actually over now at 12:45, and I would like for you guys, whoever can, put together these ingredients and leave them on the side for tomorrow. And then tomorrow we're going to, tomorrow we'll add the water. And then we'll observe, tomorrow we'll add the water and observe each ingredient, okay? My cornstarch though is going to be sugar.
Okay.
So, well, because in 2 minutes we start social studies, so let's do this tomorrow. Okay? So we'll finish page 12 tomorrow. There's no homework in science except just gather the ingredients with cups and spoons and water.
Miss Klein,
Yes.
my mom is actually like she could go to the school tomorrow to get the books because they forgot to give me my books the skills from Miss Carrie, like if I could get it.
Okay, do you have your science book?
I do, but I need Miss Carrie's book, but she said there's nobody there at the school.
Yeah, in the morning between 8 and 2, or between 9 and 2, something like that, someone should be there. Okay, so for science, to just prepare the ingredients with a spoon, a cup, and the water, and we'll do the experiments tomorrow, and we'll finish page 12 tomorrow. So the only homework is going to be just to prepare for the experiment.
Bye, Miss Klein.
Bye. Actually, guys, you're gonna stay on because we're gonna go do social studies, okay? So put away science. Put away science, and I'm writing it in your chat. Take out social studies. All right, I'm putting away my science. And we're gonna start this on Friday. We're gonna finish up page 12 on Friday. So for science homework, it's just gonna be for prep for experiment tomorrow. Salt, baking soda, flour, and cornstarch. And we're gonna finish page 12 tomorrow. Okay, so we're gonna finish page 12. Okay. So we did dry ingredients today. Tomorrow we're doing wet mixture. Okay, let me put away all my science.
Miss Klein!
Yes.
Miss Klein,
Yes.
are you gonna how do you say it?
Is that Najeen?
Yes.
Oh, bye guys. Okay.